Welcome to TFI Tuesday, where members of the State Support Team, Region 5, will share tidbits of each of the tiered fidelity inventory features. We hope you will find these short discussions meaningful and beneficial to your PBIS team. And now, here's this week's TFI Tuesday tidbit.
Welcome to episode 1 of the State Support Team Region 5 TFI Tuesdays, where we hope to provide tidbits of information as it aligns to the features of the TFI. The intention of these episodes is to provide a consistent message that can be used to guide PBIS teams across our region on the critical features of the PBIS framework. So, let's dive into 1.1 and 1.2, team composition and team operating procedures.
Tell us, why would we blend these two features together?
Thanks for asking that question. The reason why we blend 1.1 and 1.2 together is because they really are connected. 1.1 talks explicitly about who needs to be on a team, and 1.2 shares the guidance on what a team needs to do to be successful. In other words, their operations.
When looking at feature 1.1, who should be included in your Tier 1 PBIS team?
Well, Matthew, the Tier 1 team is the team of individuals that spearhead the PBIS work of the school. They are the cheerleaders, the catalyst, and the support for other staff regarding all features of their universal PBIS framework. The TFI 1.1 feature shares that the Tier 1 team includes a Tier 1 systems coordinator, a school administrator, a family member, and individuals that are able to provide applied behavioral expertise, coaching expertise, knowledge of student academic and behavior patterns, knowledge about the operations of the school across grade levels and programs, and for high schools should include student representation. Teams should ensure that they have all of the necessary voices included in those team discussions.
Is there possibly any other features we could have added here? And if so, why haven't we?
Well, Matt, actually, every single feature of the TFI actually feeds through our agendas and our team meeting minutes. We should be talking about all of the pieces each time we meet as they are applicable. The reason why we don't bring them all in at one time is it requires some time to develop them and to go deeper. But the one I do want to highlight right now is the fact that we should always be bringing data to our teams to show that we are using data to make decisions to change adult practices.
What is the importance of having a team that's representative of school and community? We see this requirement with all team structures, but oftentimes our teams exclude some team members.
Simply put, the Tier 1 team is representative of the school and community demographics and includes the why. The team members with varied experiences, expertise, including community partners and family representatives. They provide an expanded view on how students' lives outside of school are to be considered. Incorporating various perspectives only enhances the Tier 1's team ability to promote healthy social-emotional behavioral functioning of each student, as well as an environment that is safe, positive, predictable, and consistent. When we have all voices, then we are taking into consideration all of our school community.
Is it enough to just have team members identified and attending, but maybe not as often as the team meets?
Well, curious that you should say that is, yes, in the TFI, the guidance shares that an active team should have about 80% attendance for their meetings. Basically, what it's saying is we need to be together as a team to learn together and to learn about one another to ensure our message is communicated consistently and our scholars and staff are supported. We have a wonderful Google Sheet that we can also share with our teams to help them calculate their attendance. A team needs direction, and that's where feature 1.2 is instrumental to the success of your PBIS teams. 1.2 shares with us that we need to make sure that we have scheduled meetings. It's recommended at least monthly, but some of our newer teams find that meeting every 2 weeks is even more beneficial to their work. That also fits right into why that attendance piece is so critically important.
Tell us a little bit more about the essential components that would be evident in a PBIS meeting.
Well, actually, 1.2 is truly one of the most powerful features of the TFI because it shares with with us that we need to have regular format agenda that includes our meeting roles, our minutes, and a current action plan. The format that you use for your minutes or action plan is really up to you and your team or district to determine what it is, but it is essential that you do have those elements in place. We do have some samples of meeting agendas and action plans that you could make your own if you choose to do that. So think about your meeting minutes and think about the important pieces that you want to include. It is important to show that you are using current data to make your decisions. And that data is supposed to help us change our adult behaviors. We also want to finally think that a piece that is oftentimes forgotten is the function of communication. Through our meeting, we need to figure out how will we talk about what has been communicated to the rest of the staff. How will we share with the rest of the staff what was decided within that meeting? How will you get the voice of other staff members outside your team? Further, you might want to even think about how will you know if they have any questions or know how they can get supported. Think about the vehicle that you can use to share that information with your staff so that way you can continue to move your whole entire building forward. Because as the PBIS team, Tier 1 team here, you have to think about your main purpose is to support the staff as well as support the students in moving forward with your universal expectations, your universal acknowledgement system, and collecting that data to make decisions. Simply, teams that rely on clear meeting procedures and stakeholder communication routines when responding to changing circumstances are more likely to be able to effectively, efficiently, and equitably address student and staff needs.
Thank you for joining us for our TFI Tuesdays. We hope you'll join again next week to learn about additional TFI features. Until then, be safe, be kind, and be positive.